Fast decisions equals fast results. Are you with me? We're about to find out. So with that said, let's get started.
I'm more Kevin's deal. I'm more Kevin's deal. I'm here to help and teach him what I know and how I did it. To discover freedom. There ain't no question more Kevin's when he step in the door. He's closing deals. It's time to tell him what the DM stand for. I'm a deal maker. But I'm not just a deal maker. I'm a dream maker.
Hey there, it's your host, Mark Evans, DM. Today means decision maker. I'm sitting out back, actually in a different location today. I have a couple different locations I sit or do my shows. Typically, this one I sit just to kind of no technology, nothing, just kind of sit and stare off because I can kind of see further down the ravine and just saw a big old 10-point buck run by and just awesome. And just trying to always paint the picture. It's a little overcast, a little warm today, but we'll get through it. Today's just about decision making. Fast decisions equal fast results. Note, it doesn't always say fast, successful results. Just because you make a fast decision doesn't even mean it means you're going to, it's always positive. Oftentimes I make crazy decisions very fast and you just got to deal with them. But one thing I do know, as I make fast decisions all day long, I couldn't imagine where I'd be at in my life if I sit there and wallowed in a decision. I used to do it. But I got so busy, I just could not make fast decisions because things are they're waiting on you to move the needle. And if you've ever been a bottleneck to your company, which I was for many, many, many years, you know exactly what I mean. You're literally you become in decision overload or decision fatigue, where it's like when your spouse is like, hey, what do you want for dinner? You're like, I don't even know. Whatever. Like if they put dog food in front of you, you'd probably eat it and not even know what you're eating because your brain is just like blah, right? Mush. But before I get into this more, I just always like to take a minute and say thank you guys so much for all the amazing comments I get. We sold out the jet experience in one day. Literally, I did one post and everyone stepped up to the plate, made the investment. The investment's $10,000 a person, which is absolutely a steal to be on the jet, flying round trip, and to go to a 2-day mastermind with 200 people. It's going to be epic, life-changing. And for the ones that made fast decisions to make that happen, I want to say congratulations. I take it very serious, and I look forward to you not only having a fucking amazing time, but creating massive, massive return of investment. That's my goal for you. And appreciate all of you guys who shoot me messages, giving me props and sharing the podcast show because it hits home and you feel like, we're connected, which we are. If you're listening to this and you feel like we're connected, there's a reason you're here at this very moment. There's a lot going on in this crazy world we live in, but what matters is what's going on right now and moving forward. We can't do anything about the past. We're going to do something about the future. Well, today and the future, right? We got to make better decisions to get better future results. And appreciate you guys leaving 5-star reviews over on iTunes. And it does mean a lot. It really does. You never know. I might be having a bad day. I see that stuff. It's really cool. Really is neat to see the movement that the DM podcast, the making of the DM, is really making. And I'm honored to be a part of this with you guys on this journey thing called life. Fast decisions equal fast results. It was cool. I was watching one of my buddies. He's a pretty big marketer, actually a really big marketer. They run multi-million-dollar brand. And, a lot of times when you're trying to come up with a new product, you spend a lot of energy and effort creating the product. And eventually you get it out the door. And then you go to market it and it bombs. You're like, shit, I just wasted 6 months of my life. He's different. And I like that about him. Because what he does the opposite. He markets a product to see if there's a demand without ever creating the product. He puts a couple dollars, let's say $2,000, $5,000 on media, ad spend, creates like a basic squeeze page front end, whatever, mimics up a product, spins real quick, spins it out in a day, pushes it out. If you get good opens, good clicks, and good opt-ins and good response, Guess what? We go to fucking production out of the gate. Quick. Fast decision. Most people are making decisions to build the product. He's changed the formula. Make an offer. The offer you can't even buy, but you would know that they're coming there because there's a demand and that maybe they're taking a quick survey. And then if the product or survey comes up and says thumbs up or thumbs down, that makes the decision for you. See, a lot of times there's decisions that can be made by crowdsourcing, by putting to the marketplace and asking them what they think. You don't have to think anymore about if it's going to work or not. You just have to present the opportunity and let the market decide. I do this all the time with my books. When I come out with a new book, which I'm working on some right now, I always crowdsource book covers. I don't have an eye at all for book covers, but my designer does. They build 4, 5, 10, sometimes 100 different covers, different layouts, different designs, collars, etc. And then we narrow it down to 10. And then I go to the marketplace and say, which one do you like? And then we narrow it down to 4. Which one's your favorite? And then we narrow it down to 2. Well, you know what's pretty cool about this is not only are you guys helping on the journey of making everyone's life easier, but we're making fast decisions because you're giving us massive feedback, real life in the trenches. This is like 24-hour turnarounds. Which one do you like? Blue, 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 red, 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 yellow, yellow, whatever. And then now all of a sudden you get ingrained in the process. You're a part of the journey. It's fun to be a part of the journey. So some cool benefits of doing fast action for fast results. Yesterday, one of my team members, actually a lead team member in one of our companies, called and said, Mark, we need to talk. Here's the situation. Whatever. And not whatever, but she's like, hey, I don't feel like I'm being heard, this or that. And I'm like, listen, I don't play this game where he said, she said. Let's call the people up right now. Not tomorrow, not set it on my schedule, not next week, not next month, not sweep it under the rug. Let's get on the fucking phone right now. That's what we did. There's 4 people on the call total. We addressed it in about 7.5 to 8 minutes, and everyone was happy. I woke up this morning. The actions were taken. The results are already coming in, and we're moving forward quicker. See, in that particular company, the shit's hitting the fan in there a little bit. A lot of it's out of our control. Actually, all of it's out of our control. What actually happened, some stuff broke, some software, but the team's on it. They're working 12, 15 hours a day, 7 days a week for the last 3 weeks. We will push through. We will win, and we'll win bigger, we'll win stronger, and our clients are going to win even better. Because we move fast. We move diligent. It was cool when I was at the race with my boy Sean Whalen and Jason Harwood. They at the race, Jason's car broke, his transmission. He has a Lamborghini race car. I'll have to show you a pic one day. It's got a DM on the side of it, which is really cool. It's a cool car. He's an awesome driver. But what was really neat, as I'm sitting there in the garage with the transmission, the car's in pieces everywhere. What usually takes 4 hours to put a transmission in one of these race cars, these guys did it in an hour and 6 minutes or so. Fast. It was quiet. It was calm. No one was screaming, yelling, arguing. Everyone knew their role. And they were taking fast action. It was like music to my ear, to my eyes, I should say, watching them work. I literally just stood there. There's 5 guys working on one screw. This happened. Boom, 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 boom. I mean, it's how shit really gets done. If you're drawing out a business plan that takes 12 months to build out, you're missing the point, especially if you have no business sense at all. You're guessing at best. Well, based off my market research, I could get 0.5% of the market share and own $20 billion. Bullshit. If it was that easy, everyone would be doing that. But what you can do is carve off a piece, go to market within 24 hours, run some Facebook ads, IG ads, Twitter ads, whatever ads, and see what's working, what people are clicking on, what people want to buy. I can go do a Google search. I can see what the top 10 products that people are paying for advertising. If they're paying, that usually means they're earning. FYI, that's how marketing works. If you spend, you typically make. Typically, not always. But think about that. How much time are you wasting on bullshit that will never happen? How much energy is absorbing your brain, where if you actually took fast action, fast results, boom, make decision. Instead, it's more like, well, I'm going to create a business plan. I got to go get coffee first, though. I got to make 3 calls. I got to do some market research. I'm going to get back to that next week. The next week rolls around. You done forgot it's massive amounts of people do that. This is why they very rarely get anything done. If you ever see someone around and they're getting shit tons of work done all the time and getting results, and you're like, holy shit, how do they do all this? The answer is real simple. I'm giving you the secret right now. They're massive action takers, very fast. It's almost like the Tasmanian devil, fast. Come in as like, brrr. Some of the stuff will stay and some of it's going to be a wreck. But fast decision making. Another thing that's always interesting to me is people that are trying to make a decision off of another decision that they think is going to happen because they research something thinking that's like, they spend so much time thinking if this and that, then this and that. They get all excited by creating out this big-ass chart, and 98% of that shit will never happen. If you really trust yourself and you believe in what you're doing, and you're doing it with good morals and hard work and all that, well, guess what? Fix the problem when it becomes a real problem. Stop predicting problems. Stop thinking about what the problem could be or couldn't be. I see this all the time. I'm going to do a show about it soon, but I see it all the time. This is the difference with business degrees and fucking real in the trenches degrees. You know what I mean? People that have business degrees like to ponder, they like to think, they like to talk. Well, the guys I roll with, we get in the fucking trenches and we get to work. And we get results. And we mess it up, and we mess it up, and we fix it, and then we fix it again, and then we mess it up and fix it. But the key is that we're constantly moving forward. We're growing something that we're proud of. We build great teams. You're going to hire people fast. You're going to fire people fast. You're going to fuck this up. But don't stop. If you stop, you lose. You quit. It's the only way to lose in this game of life is quitting. Reminds me of like when I do stuff. I was having a meeting about my house when we were redoing it recently. Actually, I'm redoing one in Florida as well right now too. But here in Ohio, like, dude, I'm on the project making on the fly, tens of thousands of dollars of decisions. And my wife's like, oh, slow down. Oh, wait, we got to figure this out. I'm like, dude, we can figure it out. We don't like the fucking door handles that we just spent $1,200 on. We'll replace them tomorrow. Get them done now. Just execute decision. You know what happens? Because a lot of people deal with decision-making massively different. We know that, right? Like, I'm okay if I have 100 decisions to make today because I'm going to make them. Some people, it takes 100 days to make one decision. It's called a procrastinator, a bullshitter, a never get fucking nothing done person, right? Well, that's not our world. But my wife, again, she's still in training. We're all in training. I'm still learning myself. But she's like, oh my gosh, what if it's not the cabinets we want? We're good. Trust me. Get it, execute, order. If we don't like them, we'll figure it out when that time comes. Do you like what you see now? Yes, done. Check. Next decision. Chandelier. How wide? How big? Boom, 37 inches. Okay, cool. Let's go. Let's buy one. I don't know if I like it. Do you like it now? Is it good enough? Done. Next decision. Sometimes good enough is good enough. Most of you are pondering decisions that you done fucking forgot about 2 seconds after you done made a decision 30 years later. By the way, we haven't changed any door handles. We haven't changed any chandeliers. We haven't done anything different. Except we've added more things into the rooms. Pictures, mats, etc. Art, right? Decisions are quick. They have to be moved. Too many people are not making decisions. You're sitting there thinking about your investments. Well, dude, the truth is I'm a real investor. Straight up, I'm a real fucking investor. How do you know the difference between a real investor and a wannabe investor? It's real simple. You ready? A real investor makes fucking fast decisions and decisions in general when things are not easy to make the decision. You make them. And you stick to it, and you go. Fake wannabe investors Only make decisions when it's a no fucking brainer. Tell me about the guarantee. Well, what if it doesn't work? Oh, okay, that's a no-brainer. You're not an investor if your money's sitting at the bank in a CD making 0.0001% a year. You're a wannabe investor. This is real talk. Like I said, one of our companies is taking a real hit, multi-millions of dollars, for real, like multiple millions of dollars out of my pocket. I don't have to. I got to because it's the right thing to do for clients. That's a real fucking decision. It was made in a nanosecond. Why? Because it's who I am to the core. I've trained myself. I've built this shit. And depending where you're at, I don't know where you're starting or where you're at in the journey of this decision making we're talking about. But I can tell you this. Shit's going to happen. Period. It's not a matter of if. It's a matter of when. You don't go work out the day you're getting in a street fight. You got to fucking work out and learn this shit before you get in a street fight for the last 10 years. You got to prepare. Too many of you aren't prepared for a whole lot. Shit hits the fan, you shut down. Poor me. Why did this happen to me? Have you ever thought maybe it happened to you because it's testing you to see what the fuck you're going to do next? Are you going to make that decision that you've been putting off for the last 3 weeks, 3 days, 3 months, 3 years? I have a situation at hand right now. True story. I love this motherfucker I'm having a problem with right now. A lot. I care about him greatly. He's avoided me for the last 5 days to get on the phone. And I don't know why. But those are telltale signs of something's not right. Shot me sex. Dude, I can't sleep. So why the fuck aren't we talking? Let's talk. And then we both can sleep. Get on the phone, execute the conversation and decision. It's not like a bad or good decision. It's like, dude, let's talk about what's going on. You don't have to fight this battle by yourself. People want to help you. People want to help, guide you. In this business thing, we have, talking to lawyers, talking to fiduciaries, talking to other lawyers, talking to different marketing companies, etc. Within the last 24 hours, I've probably had 75 conversations with different people, different companies, different things happening that have to be made real decisions. Multiple millions of dollars are being executed on signing a line to execute. Decision done, move, next. Decision done, next, move. Steve, good, yep. Paul, good, yep. Bryce, good, yep. Decision done. That's how real business works. If you wonder why other people have a lot of other stuff that you don't have, or you're wondering how they're accomplishing all this shit that you wish you could do, probably the real only thing they're doing besides they might be in a good market, good product, and hard working, is that they make massive fucking decisions quickly. If you've ever tried to build a house or build anything, oftentimes, especially if they're newbie people building, they can't make a decision, which holds up an entire project over something so simple. So if you can picture this, I don't know what I want my front door looking like. Therefore, they hold up the project. They don't know what size the frame in the front door. Therefore, they don't know what kind of truss and blah, 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 blah. It takes you 3 days to make the decision. Well, you got people that are ready to frame the house that you're moving around that have to pay for their family's bills and kids and all this shit because you can't make a decision to save your life. That's how business is. I have so many people on our teams. The reason most people don't make a decision, one, they're afraid to be wrong. And two, they like to think about thinking. That's it. It's easier not to make a decision in their brain because if they make a decision, they'll be wrong. They could be wrong, actually. They might not even be wrong. That's what's wild. What if you're right? And what if you're wrong? There's very few decisions that you're going to make in life that are going to be catastrophic. Like if I'm standing on a bridge, actually where I'm standing right now, 200 feet above a ravine, if I jump, i.e. make a decision, it's probably not going to end well. I made a fast decision not to do that, by the way. Done. Next decision. I came out here to talk to you about decision making, your health, your wealth, yourself. How many decisions have you put off of your life? Reminds me when I found out my grandmother was dying. I just found the tape, which is amazing. I let my kids listen to it. My wife, we were all bawling. Found out my grandmother was dying. I was young, 27 years old. These are tape deck days, by the way. Not simple pull out your phone and record, or what I'm talking to you right now recording. I had to get a tape deck. And I was so upset. I was happy and honored, though, at the same exact time, because I had the opportunity to make a decision to tell her how much she meant to me, or means to me at that moment. I went straight home from the office, grabbed my tape deck, a tape, and just started recording. Grandma, I love you. Grandma, I'm thinking about it. Because I couldn't tell her I couldn't tell her if I'm talking to her, because I would just be bawling. That's just kind of me. I'd be crying for 20 hours and just to say I love you, because I'm super emotional like that. I know it's annoying sometimes, but it's the truth. So I recorded this in segments so I could stop, cry, say it, stop, cry, say it, repeat, right? It's about 12 minutes long. I remember this day so clearly. Sitting down beside her bed in the dining room, because that's where we moved to bed, at her house, just being so thankful that I made a fast decision in a moment where I'll never regret that moment in my life. And as I pushed play, holding her hand and just crying and listening to it. And I use this story because if I didn't make a decision, if I didn't see the positivity and the opportunity in the moment, I could have got stuck in the decision or non-decision making class. And then she passes, and now I'm living with regret. Man, I wish I coulda, shoulda. Man, I had a chance to do it and I didn't do it. That shit eats me up more than anything. Seeing people not make a decision because there's opportunities to do something powerful. When I did that, it made me feel amazing. I still feel amazing because I was able to do that. It's never fun getting the call that your grandmother's about to pass. Ever. Or anybody for that matter, right? But in those moments, I've trained myself to move fast. I've trained myself to realize I'd much rather regret what I did than what I didn't do. That's what we're saying again. I'd much rather regret what I did do than what I did not do. Because I meet a lot of fucking people that talk about regret all day long. My stories are a little different because I fuck up all the time, but I make massive amounts of decisions every day. And the key is the massive amounts of decisions. And what's cool is every decision I make, boom, feedback, instant feedback, instant feedback, instant feedback, instant feedback. That made me feel good. Oh, that didn't feel good. Oh, just lost some money. Oh, just made some money. And I'm editing. I'm learning. I'm expanding my destination. I'm expanding my checkpoints. Okay, cool. I just made $100,000. Okay, boom. How to make $1 million? Okay, cool. Made $1 million. How to make $2 million? Okay, cool. How to make $5 million? Like, you're learning. You're moving. You can't do these things unless you make decisions fast. Too many people are deciding to decide. Well, let me think about that. How many opportunities have you missed out on in life because you couldn't make a fucking decision? I'll never forget. I was hanging out at a restaurant with a couple buddies, and they're like, dude, let's go XYZ. I'm like, I'm in. Not just I'm in. How much does it cost? 2 G's? Boom, $2,000 on the table. Who's with me? Every single one of them, even though they presented it, none of them took action. I went with someone else. I went with 2 other buddies that made a decision. I left after we got done having a couple drinks, and I was like, yo, man, that's a good idea, actually. I wouldn't mind going XYZ. You in? I'm in. Hey, man, what's up? Are you in? Yep, I'm in. 3 days later, we're there. Me and my wife traveled the world for 7 years like that. We'd be in Cambodia with no other place we're going to go next. Because we made a decision to go to Cambodia and we're not sure where we want to go next. We get there, boom, make a decision. Cool, let's jump over here, boom. This is a muscle. Go to Home Depot and buy something. I need a new sweeper. Go there and buy a sweeper. Pay attention to how you buy. Well, I'm going to pull up on my phone and I see this one's 20 horsepower, 12 horsepower, 3. Do I really need this? I'm not sure if I need this. Yeah, I'm going to go home and check out and research on Amazon. I wonder which one has the better reviews. If this one has better reviews, I might get this one just because it's a little bit cheaper, but it's blue. I actually want a red one. Man, I'm not sure. Do I even need a sweeper? I'm going to go home. I'll figure it out. Thank you for helping me, but I'm going to go figure it out. I'll be back tomorrow. You never fucking go back. Because that actually requires you to make a decision. I see this all the time. It's everywhere. So many people are so afraid to make a decision. It's $200. Who gives a fuck? Buy it. Take it back home. If you don't like it, bring it back and change it. But you've made the decision. You've forgot about it. There was a big deal. You built this thing up in your brain. You get home. You're just thankful you can fucking sweep up the floor. No one gives two shits if it's black, blue, red, white, yellow, pink, or whatever. Did it get the job done? Yes. Done. Good decision. You're going to make bad decisions. I've hired a lot of bad people fast. But I've also hired amazing people very fast as well. See, the thing is, you got to take the good with the bad. You can't just have the good. Everyone's like, Mark, if it's so easy, why doesn't everyone do it? I'm fucking telling you why. You don't make fast decisions. You're not taking massive action, and you're afraid to mess up. You only want the good. Have you ever met an investor? By the way, if you have, run for the fucking hills. Have you ever met an investor that says, I've never lost money in my life? Run! They're lying. They're lying. It's impossible to be massive if you've never lost. You take L's on the way to W's. It's the only way. Not to say you're not going to have W's inside of it's a process. This is how you learn. If someone told me that, one, I would be holding onto my pockets very tightly because they're trying to get at your cash, and I'd run out the door as far away as possible. True story. You got to move. We live in a world so fast. It's interesting. A lot of people make very fast decisions on silly shit. But when it comes to making a real decision to change your life, change your health, life, wealth, all this, you never seem to get to it. Tuesday, I woke up and I said, I need a trainer. I'm slacking. I'm not pushing hard enough. I need help. I need someone to keep me accountable. Truth is, straight up, I'm lonely in my workouts. I've been working out by myself for a long time now. I feel like I'm just going through the motions. I immediately jumped online, looked up 20 different locations in Mentor, called each one down the line. Hey, I'm looking for private training. Boom, one guy answers. Here's the deal. Stop by. When? It's 1:20. I was like, I'll be there by 2. I was there at 1:45. DJ's his name. The gym is awesome. And I'm a member now. I have a great trainer. Every day. He's like, when do you want to start? I was like, tomorrow. Tomorrow? What do you mean? How many days a week? How many days can you do? 5? 5 days a week. 7 a.m. Done. Well, you want to know the price? Does it matter? I'm in. What's the price going to be? $100, $50, $150? Either way, I'm in. It's not changing my decision to come and change my life. It's not changing my decision to make me feel better. It's because I understand the value, not the cost. Cost is relevant. It means nothing. If it meant something, you wouldn't have all these people hanging out that blue, what's that purple gym? I don't even know what it's called, whatever it's called, giving free pizza to get your fat ass in there. It's the only way they're going to entice you in. Free food. I've never been to one of those, but I've seen that. It's very interesting to me. It's working. They got some real money making over there. But back to fast decisions. I made a fast decision on Tuesday. The rewards are starting to work. I feel great. I feel good. And I got a lot of shit going on in my life right now, for real, and businesses and all that. Personal life, good. Business stuff, it's crazy. It's a little, it's part of the game. What's cool about working out? What's cool about moving? What's cool about changing your body? Like just the state of mind, eating a little tighter, not drinking, just staying focused. It's, man, you feel better. You got to make a move. You got to make a change. Decisions happen fast. Results take a while. Long-term results, right? It's not like I can go in the gym today, lose 40 pounds, feel better. You lose 40 pounds, cut off your leg, you lost 40 pounds, but that's probably not the weight you want to lose. Be careful for what you wish for. That'd be a fast move too. But I just want the best for you. And I see so many people right now in this weird world we live in really doing some weird shit. Really doubting themselves, really messing up amazing relationships over pennies. It's bad. It's terrible. But I do know I can't change anybody. It's not my job to change you. That'd be crazy to think I even could. But I can change me. I can learn from it. I can understand where you're coming from. I can have empathy, understanding in your shoes, what you're going through. I don't have to accept it. I can understand it, but I don't have to accept it, especially if it's bullshit. Because a lot of people say a lot of bullshit. A lot of people are ready to take on life until life punches them in the face, right? They're like, oh, shit. And then they do the opposite. No, Mark, this is what I stand for. Heart power. And then they get fucking whacked, and then they go MIA. They have no power. People that are barking the stuff the loudest typically are the ones suffering from it the most. Pay attention. Oh, pay attention. Guru math is what we call it in our world. Man, I made $2 million doing nothing. Yeah, but you still live at your fucking mom's house. You drive a Toyota Corolla, and you're a liar. Just because you make $2 million doesn't mean you keep $2 million, right? It's part of the game. But fast decisions. And that decision I'm talking about is when you hear this shit, you got to make fast decisions to shut it off or move on or listen, right? Hopefully this podcast, the making of a DM, you make a fast decision to accept that you're going to hunker down and listen to all these shows. I've done many, shit, it might be over 100 hours of content for free. I don't need anything from you. I want to help people want to help themselves. I made a decision a long time ago that I want to give back. But I don't want to just give back to anybody. I want to give back to the right people. And I can do it one to many here. I can do it through my books, write a book and get out to tens of thousands of people, hopefully millions one day. But these all take making a decision. This shit does not happen by accident. You hear the way I talk on the show. You see, you could do the same shit. Show up. Make a decision to do a show. I made a decision to pay my boy Jonathan that does the show. Edit it and all that shit. And then we get it to you. You can do the same thing. But you got to make a decision. When I bought my first house as an investor, I made a decision I didn't want to be broke. I made a decision that I did not like the way I felt knowing what I know. I was more excited to what I didn't know. I wasn't happy being broke because I knew there's more. It's not about the money. It's about what the money can do for me. I made a decision to be an independent thinker. My parents are amazing, but they also don't understand certain things I understand now. I had to go off the reserve to learn. I had to hire great mentors. My mentors helped me become better. My mentors become my buddies. And then we use the same mentors now sometimes. It's pretty cool. But it all takes decisions. Fast decision making. I need you to execute quicker. You'll get cleaner as you do this more. I don't say the words. I'm not trying to be precise with my words. I'm trying to share my words. I'm just talking from my heart and my gut. That's it. Stop trying to be so polished. Just be authentic. And this is the truth is why today I'm talking about this. I think most people aren't making a decision because they don't know who the fuck they really are. They're listening to too many people that they know that are lying to them. They're watching too much garbage. They genuinely are lost. They don't know what they want. And therefore, if they make this decision, they're worried about Susie and Nancy and Stevie and Johnny or whatever bullshit, what they'll think. What if I make a lot of money? What are they going to think? But they're my friends. If they're your friends, they'll prop you up. They'll be excited for you to make more money. They'll be excited for you to get in better shape. They'll be excited. And if they're not, they're fucking manipulating you. They're not your real friends anyways. Sort them out now. Get lonely. Get in your own world. Understand what you really want. Because I don't care what you think about me. I don't care if I do something big, I don't care if you give me props or don't give me props. Don't get me wrong. It's not like I'm not trying to get people to boo me everywhere I go, but dude, if I'm growing, I'm marching to my own beat. I'm not doing it to get a victory. I'm not a clap. Everyone's like, Mark. I'm not doing it for that. I'm doing it because I want to be better. I'm doing it because I want to show my family. I want to lead my kids and show them what it's about. The adversity that we go through, how we push forward. It was cool last night. My wife, as I'm laying in bed, she goes on to tell me, Mark, I watch how hard you work. It's amazing. I know you give it your all. You give everything you got every day. I don't tell you enough, but I see it. It's awesome. You lead the family. You give us confidence. People shit on you, but you keep rolling. You act as if nothing happened because you're just moving. And I appreciate that. I do. It's cool to hear that, especially from the ones you love. But that's not why I do it. I do it because it's me. I want to be a better me tomorrow. I want to be better tomorrow than I am today. The next day I want to be better. Just a little bit better. 1% better, they always talk about, right? I want to be better the way I talk. I want to be better the way I'm financial. I want to be better the way I'm connecting with people. I want to be better the way I communicate with people. I want to be just better. I don't always succeed. I fuck this stuff up all the time. Shit. Truth story. Well, if I can even say it. True story. I'm messing it up right now. Why? Because today I said I'm not going to cuss on the podcast show. And I came out hot. That's the truth. I'm trying to calm down a little bit on that. Not because it's not me or whatever. It's just sometimes I know people like to listen to this with their kids. And I don't mind if my kids hear cuss words. I hear it all the time. But some people don't like that. I get it. I'm cool with that. I don't need to cuss to get my message across. It's just kind of how I talk when I get passionate. But again, I'm trying to get 1% better. So maybe I said 1% less cuss words today. So I'm winning. But we all want to get better, right? At least that's what most say. If you make fast decisions, you're going to get fast results. All I'm looking for you to do is get feedback. It's like running one step. Stop focusing on the 10 steps, the 2 miles, the 10 miles destination, or the checkpoint. Focus on the next step. One step more. Getting closer one step more. I can control the next step. I can't control what's going to happen in 8 miles from now. I know where I'm at. It puts you present. It gives you confidence. When people come and step up to me in our shit, I know what the hell's going on because I'm in the game. I'm making decisions, real decisions, daily, multiple times a day. And I know some of you listening are doing the same thing. And I respect that. That's why I don't talk shit when I see people failing if they stick in the game. Because I know it's part of the game. It's what it takes. But what the real winner is what decision do you make and how fast do you make it when shit's hitting the fan. Don't run. Do not hide. Ever. You might want to. You might get scared. You might get overwhelmed. You might feel like you're going to dry heave. But winners don't hide. It's going to be scary. You're going to have to puff your chest up. You're going to have to talk shit to yourself and lie to yourself to get on there and just hit it head on. Don't avoid the inevitable. It's real. We're going to die soon. Soon, maybe 1 year, 100 years. That's still soon. It's the only way out. Stop worrying about what you think others are going to think. You're not that powerful to think what they think. You might think they know what they think, but you have no fucking clue. And all that, just because they think one way today doesn't mean by you leading, they might not think drastically different a year from now, 2 years from now, 100 years from now. Because you led them. You guided them. You knew better. You know better. If you're listening to this show, you know better. Because straight up, most people won't listen to this show or any show like this. So I commend you for being here. I appreciate you being here. I hope next time I do a jet experience, you're the first person on. If you think 10,000 is a lot, you have no clue. You have zero clue. It's almost a 6-figure flight, just the round trip, right? For me, a charter. I don't own a jet yet. I saw some guy recently, dude, I see that tail number. That's a rental. Okay, who the fuck? Okay. How many jets have you rented? Like, I've been renting jets for a long time. I talk about it openly. I don't want to own yet. Maybe soon. I just don't really fly that much. I don't enjoy flying. I'm not a big flyer. And I'm not trying to just buy a jet to say, I bought a jet. Maybe soon I will. Who knows? It's just not my thing right now. My thing is my companies. My thing is me, my health, my family. That's my thing. The ultimate flex is results. Clients' results. My family being better human beings because they're following dad or watching dad. They're not following, they're watching. The ultimate flex is like 20 years from now. It's not the jet I get today. It's where that jet could take us 20 years from now. Opens up the horizons. That's why I love traveling with the kids, even though I don't enjoy traveling, but I do with the kids because it just expands your palate. You see different lives. You just learn how to connect with people differently. You see that the world is actually a pretty cool place. There's a lot of nice people. Go figure. Fast decisions equal fast results. What right now, today, can you execute fast that will make your life better or get it off your plate? What can you do right now? I want you to think about that. I want you to write down and execute immediately. Tell me how you feel. Maybe you got that letter you need to send to your spouse, telling them how much you appreciate them. You've been putting it off. Maybe it's that phone call that you've been putting off. Maybe it's that, executing that employee, not executing them literally, but executing either hiring or firing. You're hearing this message for a reason. Question is, what do you do with the information? Anybody can consume it. The magic is in implementing it. Fast decisions equal fast results. Hope this helps you out. Hope this gets you results. I know it will if you execute it and implement it. And I'm excited for you to connect with me on social. Hit me up at Mark Evans DM. Let me know if this helped and go from there. Hope you have an amazing day as I watch this massive deer walking by me. It's pretty cool. Have an amazing day. Thinking about you. Make the day count.
I'm Mark Evans DM. I'm here to help and teach them what I know and how I did it to discover freedom. There ain't no question Mark Evans when he step in the door. He's closing deals. Time to tell him what the DM stand for. I'm a deal maker, but I'm not just a deal maker. I'm a dream maker. The journey's where it's at. It's all about the process. It's time to get over to the DM project. From a small town in Ohio, so I know how it is. And I come from a lot of money. I remember as a kid, wanted to make 100 racks. Didn't see no one making more than that. Graduated high school with a 1.8. Thought they should've held me back. I hope my principals and teachers are alive just to witness this. I'm my own boss. I'm out here running 2-8-figure businesses. I can walk away from it all and I'll be good, but I've been called to help people just like y'all learn the game. It's time to ball. Everybody chasing the money, but I'm not chasing the money. I'm out here chasing the purpose. Yo, I've been working my whole life. What got us where we at isn't gonna get us where we wanna go. So it's time to push, time to learn, time to grow. I'm Mark Evans DM. I'm here to help and teach them what I know and how I did it to discover freedom. There ain't no question Mark Evans when he step in the door. He's closing deals. Time to tell him what the DM stand for. I'm a deal maker, but I'm not just a deal maker. I'm a dream maker. The journey's where it's at. It's all about the process.
is thepodcastfactory.com.